Hello, I'm Ron Barber. Every April, just like the mating of the grubworms, the cleaning of the attic, the rustle of young love, the longing to escape geometry class, Jack Carney heralded spring with his comedic tribute to baseball in all its splendor and glory. Here in this rare broadcast is Jack's salute to the national pastime. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Jack Carney, inviting you to join us this week on The Comedy Show when our topic is the great American pastime. No, it's baseball. Some of our players will include Jonathan Winters.
I had a shutout and I had a no-hitter, but they never recorded it because it's an electrical storm and they claim people got excited and forgot. And
Bob and Ray.
How do you figure you're going to end up at the end of the season?
Bill Cosby.
Everybody watch for a different part of the ball, see where it goes.
Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
I'm asking you a simple question. Who's on first? Yes. Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who?
And Robert Klein.
I said, gee, Hank, how many games did they win the series by? And he went,
Be sure you join us this week on The Comedy Show. Our topic is baseball. Hi, I'm Jack Carney. Welcome to The Comedy Store, brought to you by Betty Crocker, maker of fine desserts. Today, we're going to take a long, humorous look at the great American pastime, baseball. Our players will include Robert Klein, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, Bob and Ray, Bill Cosby, Jonathan Winters, and a whole bench full of others. It's baseball on The Comedy Show.
The Whiz Kids had won it, Bobby Thompson had done it, and Yogi read the comics all the while. Rock and roll was being born, marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey and the Duke. Well, Casey was winning, Hank Aaron was beginning, one Robbie going out, one coming in. Kiner and Midget Goodell, the Thumper and Mel Parnell, and Ike was the only one winning down in Washington. I'm talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Duke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey and the Duke. Now my old friend, the bachelor, well, he swore he was the Oklahoma Kid, and Cookie played hooky to go and see the Duke. And me, I always loved Willie May. Those were the days. Well, now it's the 80s, and Brett is the greatest, and Bobby Bonds can play for everyone. Rose is at the vet, Rusty again is a Met, and the great Alexander is pitching again in Washington. I'm talking baseball, like Reggie Quisenberry, talking baseball. Carew and Gaylord Perry, Seaver, Garvey, Schmidt, and Vida Blue. If Cooperstown is calling, it's no fluke. They'll be with Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Mickey and the Duke. Say hey, say hey, say hey. It was Willie, Mickey and the Duke. Say hey, say hey, say hey. I'm talking Willie,
Hi, I'm Jack Carney. Our topic is baseball on the comedy show. I think we all know that baseball, the nation's favorite pastime, had to start someplace. And of course it did start with its inventor, Abner Doubleday. Doubleday had a lot of trouble getting the game started originally. There were hundreds of letters and phone calls made by Abner to firms like Olympic Games.
Hello, Olympic Games. What can I do for you, Mr. Doubleday? You've got a game. How many couples? 18 people? It's a hell of a lot of people. Well, the ideal game is, 2-3 couples, come over to the house, they get a little smashed, and, you can't play it in the house either. I see you got two things right there against you. All right, tell me about it. All right, you got 9 guys on each side, yeah, and you got a pitcher and a catcher, and they throw this ball back and forth, and that's all there is to it. All right, a guy from the other side stands between them with a bat. I see, and he just wings at it. He may or he may not swing at it, depending on what. If it looked like it were a ball. What's a ball, Mr. Doubleday? You've got this plate, and as long as it's above the knees, but below the shoulders, yeah. No, go ahead, I'm listening. Yeah. It's a strike. 3 strikes and you're out, and 3 balls. Not 3 balls, 4 balls. Why 4 balls, Mr. Doubleday? Nobody's ever asked you before. Or he may hit it. If he hits it, what happens? He runs as far as he can before somebody catches it. As long as it stays what? As long as it stays fair. And what's fair, Mr. Doubleday? You've got these 2 white lines? Is this a rib? Is this one of the guys in the office? Who is it? Mr. Doubleday, that's the most complicated game I've ever heard in my life. Forget it. Right. Mr. Doubleday, listen though. You come up with anything, 2-3 couples, you be sure and let us know, huh? All right, Mr. Doubleday, I'll be talking. Bye.
That's Bob Newhart, and our topic is baseball on the comedy show. To help you better understand the great American game of baseball, the comedy show is going to take you behind the scenes of the game for in-depth interviews with the people who play the game and the people who uphold the rules down on the field. Here is Detroit sportscaster Al Ackerman.
We're talking to Red Jones, umpire in the American League in the 40s, and Red had a reputation for being one of the most colorful men in the game. And a lot of people, Red, are interested in knowing just exactly why any man in his right mind would want to become an umpire.
Well, Al, I tried to play baseball. I wasn't good enough. I couldn't hit. And when you can't hit, you might as well forget it. I could bang that ball to all corners of the infield, but I couldn't get it up and away into orbit. And I was advised by club owners and teammates, coaches, managers. They said, Red, we love you. We want you with us, but seek some other phase of the game. Take up tickets, sell tickets. But don't come back down here. You don't help us. It was hard to get through to me. I had a burning desire to play ball. And just like the grass, perennially I would show up, try to make this ball club. And finally the message got through. One day the manager tossed me a mitt in an exhibition game, and he said, Jones, go out and relieve Stewart at first base. I grabbed the mitt, started out. He turned to the coach, said, what's the score? The coach said, 10-2, 8th inning, Skipper, we're behind. And the manager said, sit down, Red, we're not giving up yet. And one time they told me I'd been traded. I said, for whom? Where am I going? He said, for nobody. It's an even up trade, and we think it'll strengthen our ball club. what Branch Rickey calls strength by subtraction. Get that bum down the road and we're a better ball club. And one fella suggested umpiring. He said, Red, take up umpiring. You can go as long as your legs and your eyes hold out. Well, you see what happened to the eyes. The legs are still pretty good, but I had fastball glasses and curveball glasses. I had to change between pitches. And there happened to be a left-hand pitcher on the ball club that met with the same misfortune that I met with. He couldn't throw a curveball. I couldn't hit it. So I figured we had something in common. And he latched on to me and decided he would become an umpire. The only trouble was he had defective vision. He was cross-eyed. I guess you would say he was cockeyed, because I've heard guys on the bench say that old Lefty could watch a tennis match and never move his head. He'd sit right there and watch it. So I didn't have guts enough, Al, to refuse him. If he wanted to go out there and umpire, I had nerve enough to go with him. Now, this goes back a few years. This is 1931. The first depression that I remember was descending upon the country. There was no money, and I'd umpire for sustenance, pea soup and jelly cake, a big orange, anything. And one afternoon, Bruce Dudley, the general manager of the Louisville club, offered me $5 to umpire balls and strikes. They wouldn't let Lefty go behind the plate. He had the base umpire. So I said, okay, you got a deal. I said, how about Lefty? Can I bring him along? He said, yeah, bring Lefty. I said, 5? He said, no, 2.5. We don't have the money. I said, he won't come for 2.5. He's got a lot of pride. He thinks he's worth as much as I am, and I do too. He said, well, present the proposition, and if he wants to come, we'll use him. If not, we'll put a pitcher over at third, another ball player over at first, and when they can call the plays on the bases, and you can work balls and strikes. So I said, all right, let me go back to the boarding house, not the hotel now. Times are tough. I went back to the boarding house and told Lefty about the offer, and he's mad as he can be. He's insulted. And I said, well, come on and go. Somebody might see us and give us a shot in organized ball. Come on, Lefty, don't be too proud. So I prevailed upon him, and he reluctantly accepted. We went out. Everything went splendidly for about 5 innings until some guy slid into second base that was as safe as if he's in an armored truck. He's standing on the bag, dusting himself off. The baseman touched him with the ball. Lefty said, you're out! And the runner wheeled on him and said, what kind of lousy umpiring is that? He said, the best you'll ever see for 2.5 a game.
That's umpire Red Jones. This is the Comedy Show, and today we're talking about baseball. We'll continue here in just a minute or two.
Bake someone happy. You and Betty Crocker can bake someone happy. Bake a smile for someone you care for.
There's a Betty Crocker Super Moist Cake baking in the oven. A rich, warm aroma fills the house. Open the oven door and you can almost taste the moist, melt-in-your-mouth goodness.
Good times together. Bake some sunshine, whatever the weather.
Time for Betty Crocker Creamy Deluxe Frosting. So creamy, tastes so velvety smooth as you glide on each curl and swirl.
Full of caring. Bake a laugh for sharing.
Now it's time for your family to savor the luscious buttercream creamy frosting. The cake so extra moist because it has pudding in the mix. Together so delicious, there's no better way to
bake a kiss, bake a hug. Remember, you and Betty Crocker can bake someone happy.
Listen. You're about to hear the secret behind some of the world's most productive companies. They do their typing electronically. The work is displayed on a full-page electronic screen, and the spelling is checked electronically. They handle their revisions and print their finished work, letter perfect, electronically. They handle their data processing, do their filing, and send their correspondence electronically. They can even communicate with compatible computers and office systems. And they do all this with one machine, the IBM Display Writer. More than a text or data processor, the IBM Display Writer system may be the most important key to increasing your company's productivity. For information, call IBM at 1-800-631-5582. That's 1-800-631-5582.
Topic on the comedy show is baseball. I'm Jack Carney. I suppose most of us played baseball of one kind or another when we were kids. Well, Bill Cosby is no exception.
Herbie Adderley and I played on the Wissahickon Boys Club. We also played on a team called the Philadelphia Bombers, which was named the Brown Bombers before Joe Louis lost the fight. Anyway, Herbie and I are playing baseball for the Bombers. So, now we're playing some team called the Ogant's Braves. You know, while it's Braves, it always has some team Braves, but the worst name that goes before it, the Ogant's Braves. And they got these uniforms look like the New York Yankees. And so there's a guy warming up, and he's just taking his time. He doesn't even wind up, man. He's standing like this, and he does a little dip, and then he just goes like, whoop, and the ball just, whoo, you know, and it lands in the catcher's mitt, quietly, you know, non-violent pitcher, you know. So I said to Herb, look at this. I'm 9 for 9 today, Jack. Usually I bat with a size 36 bat. I went over and got a 57. I mean, with the box still on it, Jack. I'm going up to bat. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna take him. You bring that slow garbage up here, Jack. I'm sorry. Everybody watch for a different part of the ball, see where it goes. So, man, I brought my 54 to bat, and I'm smiling. I'm smiling at the pitcher because I'm happy that God made him. Didn't know it was such a nice, wonderful thing. He's going to throw it so slow. And I'm standing there with this club, man. I'm telling you, this thing is the heaviest bat I've ever come to bat with. And I got it reared back here, Jack. And this dude, I didn't believe it when I saw it coming. The cat went like, whoop, and threw. Oh, my God. I turned around, I had enough time. I turned around to people, I said, do you see this? Now, I ask you, have you ever seen such a beautiful ball in all your life? I want to tell you something, man. You're a hell of a guy. And went, whew, and the thing fell 10 feet in front of the mound. Dead. Man threw a dead ball, which I did not hit at all. Umpire says, strike one. I said, yeah, you're right. Right about that. I was just too anxious, man. I'm gonna dig in now. And the old people are laughing. Old people always laugh at you, you know. Cosby, you better get up here and get that other bat in your hand. I said, shut up. I'm standing there, man, and this guy threw that thing, and I know it's gonna fall short. It's gonna fall short another 10 feet of the mound. I left the box. Left the box to go get that one. Look out, fence! Look out, street! People's houses, cars, the river, birds, airplanes. Look out, anything up off of the ground, because I'm gonna tear the hide off of this mess. Strike two. Okay. All right, dude, now it's between you and me. I was joking before. But this time I'm gonna clean you out. I got me a shovel. I dug a hole in the batter's box. I'm in the batter's box up to my chest, Jack. I'm spread out so far. It's gotta go out of the park, because I can't run the first. I gotta climb out of the hole. This dude threw one that was so fat I could read the stitching. And that ball came just as big and as beautiful, and I swung with everything. And I said to the guy, where's the ball? He said, it's in front of you. I said, don't tell anybody. I'm going to ease down the first base.
That's Bill Cosby, and our topic is baseball on the comedy show. I don't care how enthusiastic a baseball fan that you are, keeping track of the players' names is tough. Here are Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, and I'm sure you know who is on first base.
We're organizing a baseball team here at the retired actors' home. And I am the manager. Now,
You're going to be the manager of the retired actors baseball team?
yes.
I would like to join the retired actors baseball team.
Oh, you would?
And I would like to know some of the guys' names on the team, so if I want to play with them, I'll know them, and I meet them on the street or in the home here, I can say hello to them.
Oh, sure. But you know they give baseball players nowadays very peculiar names.
I know, a lot of funny names.
You know, like Sticky
Nicknames.
Fields.
Sticky Fields.
Goofy Dan. Booby Bobber. Booby Bobber.
I know all of that.
Well, let's see now. We have on our team, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out, the guys' names.
And then,
That's what I want to find out, the guys' names.
I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Now, Abby, you going to be the manager of the baseball team?
Yes.
You know the guys' names?
Well, I should.
Well, then you tell me the guys' names on the baseball
I
team.
say, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
You ain't saying nothing to me yet. Go ahead and tell me.
I'm telling him.
You ain't said nothing yet. Go ahead and tell me.
Who's on first, what's on second, I don't know is on third.
You know the guys' names on the baseball team?
Yes.
Well, go ahead. Who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the guy's name.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
What are you asking me for? I don't know.
Wait a minute,
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's his name.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first.
That's it. That's his name.
Well, you ain't said nothing. I ain't asked you nothing.
You did.
You know the guy's name on first base?
Sure.
Well, tell me the guy's name on first base.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who is on first, Lou?
What are you asking me for?
Now, don't get excited. I'm saying who...
I'm asking you a simple question. Who's on first?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who? I'm asking you, what's the guy's name on first base?
Oh, no, what's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
One base at a time now.
Don't mix up my...
I'm not mixing up anybody. Now, what's the guy's name on first base?
Now, what is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who is on first?
I don't know.
He's on third. We're not talking...
Wait a minute. Whoa.
No, well, that's not...
Whoa. How did I get on third base?
You mentioned his name.
I mentioned his name.
Yes.
I don't know anybody's name on the team. How could I mention a guy's name?
You did. You just mentioned it.
All right, what's the guy's name on third base?
No, what's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on first?
I don't know.
He's on first.
I didn't even mention a guy's name on third base.
Yes, you did.
All right, then, who's playing third base?
No, who's on first?
I'm not asking you what's on first.
What's on second?
Who's on second?
Who's on first?
I don't know. He's third base. I don't know anybody on a baseball team.
You do. You mention their names.
I do?
Sure.
You got an outfield?
Naturally.
The left fielder's name.
Why?
I just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd tell you.
Well, go ahead. Tell me.
Tell you what?
The left fielder's name.
Why?
Because I want to know. Because.
Oh, he's center field. You know these players as well as
Who's
I.
in center field?
Now, who's on first?
What's on first? I don't know. Third base. Do you know the guys' names on the team?
Look, Louis, you don't seem to understand. See, I have a first baseman.
I know you got a first. I asked you what's the first. I asked you what's the first baseman's name?
No, what's the second baseman?
I'm going to stop asking you. I asked you what's the first baseman's name?
What's the second baseman?
I don't even get past the first. All right, who's on second?
Who's on first?
What base do you want to talk about?
You talk about anyone you want to talk about.
All right, now who's on first?
Right.
Okay.
No.
All right, you got a first baseman. When you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar.
Every dollar. Who gets it?
He does. Sometimes his wife comes down and collects it.
Whose wife?
Yes. Why not, Lou? He's earned it.
Who did?
Yes.
Look, when you pay off the first baseman every month, you get a receipt from the guy?
Sure.
How does he sign his name?
Who?
The guy you give the money to.
Who?
The guy you give the money to.
Well, that's how he signs it,
That's
Lou.
how who signs it?
Yes.
Well, go ahead, tell me.
That's it.
Who? Look, you go to first baseman.
Yes.
And you say to him, here's your money, sign the receipt. How does he sign his name?
Who?
The guy you give the money to.
That's how he signs it.
That's how who signs it?
Yes.
Sure. You gotta get a receipt from the guy, don't you?
Get one, Lou.
How does the guy on first base sign his name?
Who?
The guy on first. I'm asking you, when you give the guy the money, what's the guy's name that you give the money to?
Now, wait a minute. What signs his own?
Who signs his own?
No, he signs his.
I mean, what's the guy's name on first you give
What
the...
is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
I don't know. Third base. Left fielder's name, the center field. I don't know if you got a pitcher on the team?
Well, this will be a fine team without a pitcher.
It's a fine team. The pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me the date?
I can't change that name.
You don't want to tell me the date?
I'm telling you.
Go ahead. Tell me the pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
pitcher's name?
Tomorrow.
All right, what time tomorrow you tell me the pitcher's name?
What time what?
What time tomorrow you gonna tell me who's pitching?
Who is not pitching?
I'll break you around, you say who's not pitching. I want to know what's the pitcher's name.
What's on second?
I don't know. Third base. Third base. Third base. You got a catcher?
Certainly you've got a catcher on a baseball team.
Catcher's name?
Today.
Today. Tomorrow's pitching. Today's catcher.
Now you've got it.
Now I got it. All I got, we got a couple of days on the team, that's all.
I can't help that, Lou. I don't
You know,
think.
I'm a pretty good catcher myself.
And so they tell me.
Yeah, now I get behind the plate and I'm going to do some fancy catching, and tomorrow's pitching on my team, right?
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow he winds up the ball and I'm behind the plate and the heavy hitter gets up. Now, the heavy hitter gets up and he's ready to hit the ball, and tomorrow's going to throw the ball. I'm the catcher. Now, when tomorrow throws the ball, the guy up bunts the ball. Now, when he bunts the ball, me being a good catcher, I want to throw the guy out of first base, so I pick up the ball and throw it to who?
Now, that's the first thing you said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
That's all you have to do.
Is to throw the ball to first base.
Yes.
Now, who's got it?
Naturally.
Sure. The guy is ready to first base, and I want to throw the guy out. So I throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
Throw it to who?
Naturally.
And who's got it? Huh. So I pick up the ball and I throw it to Natural.
No. You throw the ball to first base, then who gets it?
Naturally.
That's it. Now you've got
That's the same thing. I pick up the ball, so I throw it to Natural.
You don't.
I throw it to who?
That's
what I'm saying! I said I throw the ball to who?
Naturally.
You ask me.
You throw the ball to who?
Naturally. Same as you!
Say it.
I throw the ball to Natural.
You don't. You throw it to who?
Now, who's got it? Naturally. That's what I said.
Right.
Whoever it is better get it. That's all I
Get
can
it.
tell
Don't
you.
worry about who.
Who'll get it?
Yes.
He better get it.
All right.
Now, I throw the ball to whoever it is drops the ball, so the guy runs a second. Who picks up the ball and throws to what? What throws to I don't know. I don't know. Throws it back to Tamar. Triple play.
Could be.
Why? I don't know. He's on third, and I don't give a darn. I said, I don't give a darn.
Oh, that's our shortstop.
As you can imagine, Jack got preferred seating just about anywhere he wanted to sit. And the one baseball game he and I ever attended together was an afternoon affair at Busch Stadium. We had beautiful box seats right behind the Cardinal dugout, and lo and behold, Whitey Herzog took a recalcitrant Gary Templeton by the neck and yanked him into the dugout. You could look it up. Coming up soon, Part 2 of Jack's Baseball Spring Special.